Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, 7:15 in Dublin. So nice to be here. We are open the bridge with America. So good to see you all. Good to see you is not good, no? But anyway, good. Good to know you are there. Yeah? Good to know you are there. It's a pleasure to be here. Us again.
Hello, guys.
Sorry for you
Are
guys. But good for us because we need to train, we need to learn, we need to understand, we need to work in ourselves. So there is no better way to learn when we talk about what we love. And believe it or not, three of us here, even though we don't practice as it should be, we love to talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah? Hey, Pachi, how are you? So I would like to start today's meeting with our initial prayer. And Neide, we did a quick vote here, and you are the one who were elected.
did you learn fast, eh?
Uh-huh.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. All right. So, guys, let's take a deep breath. Raise our thoughts to the Master Jesus, to the High Spirits. Connect ourselves with our mentor, with the mentor of the SSI. Ask them for enlightenment to guide us to the speech today, that we can receive this word with an open heart and an open mind. So be it. Amen.
Okay. So today's, I'm not saying the topic, but it is. Hey, Danny, how are you? Leandro, how are you? Kaka, welcome, guys. Thank you very much for being with us today. So the point is, we just put it here topic, never give up. But we will talk about peace in our point, in our viewpoint. Okay, so I hope this finds you well. I know Dublin's facing another kind of, let's say, semi-lockdown. Some are affected, others not. But like, be be enthusiastic, be happy. We need to move on. People rely on us. Again, if you're not dealing well, digesting well this idea, don't forget we have our fraternal gathering assistance. So please send an email, and Ana Paula will gonna reach you, and you can discuss about what you are feeling right now. Also, if you don't want to talk to us, we can talk to Samaritans, you can talk to um, psychologists. They are available, so please, the, the main word now is stay positive, stay better, stay good. Okay? And some tips for you. Vanderlei just put on the screen the mentalhealth.ie. It's a great website. Samaritan's helpline 123. Our fraternal gathering at gmail.com is our email. So there are no excuses for you to say, oh, I was alone, I don't know what to do. So please, you are not alone. You have resources. Please use it as you need. Don't let for tomorrow. Do it today if you need it. Okay? Okay, I will open our daily bread randomly here. And I will read a short paragraph, and let's see what they're gonna say to us. Okay, uh, let's go. Okay, chapter 59 on the our daily bread. Let us proceed until we are there. Hey, see, this is coincidence, you know? If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. Jesus, John 15:7. Let's understand what the Spirit's manual says about it. In the Lord's prayers, Jesus explains to his followers the need for full adherence to the Father's designs. The Master knew that the human will is still quite fragile, and that numerous struggles surround the individual until he or she learns to establish unity with the divine. In spite of this, the lesson of that prayer has been interpreted by most believers as an easy recourse for obtaining celestial aid. Many request special favors and mechanically recite verbal formulas. Of course, they cannot receive the immediate satisfaction of their personal whims, because in the falling or ignorant state, the spirit needs more than anything else to learn to submit to divine designs. However, there will come a time when prayers are fully answered. We will accomplish this when we become spirituality in Christ. At that point, whatever we desire will be done because we will have perceived the correct meaning of each thing and the purpose of each circumstance. We will be able to want and to request in Jesus, and life will present itself in its true characters of infinity, eternity, renewal, and beauty. Whether incarnate or discarnate, we are still walking toward the Master in order that we may experience a glorious union with His love. Until then, let us work and be vigilant in order to understand the divine will.
Wow.
Okay, so we're going to, okay, okay, I'll kick off here. So I like this. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, that's the point. Looks like the world is facing a second um, wave. Other countries are still in the first wave. Uh, Europe and America will face the winter right now, and everybody saw that in winter is the most dangerous time for the spread of this disease because it's accumulated with other diseases as well. And if we don't remain with Jesus, if the words of Jesus doesn't remain in us, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult for everyone to overcome. Some will give up, like we have seen a lot of people committing suicide because they cannot afford to be alone anymore. Couples are getting separated because they discover that they don't love each other. And the thing is, couples in common agreement is not just one person say, I don't want to live with that one, I don't love that one. Both doing this in the best way. I don't love you. I don't love you either. It's okay. See you. See you. Let's go. Let's go. So,
Stephen, it's Emmanuel says in the end. Can you just repeat the last part which Emmanuel talks in the text, please?
whether incarnate or discarnate, we are still walking toward the Master, in order that we may experience a glorious union with His love. Until then, let us work and be vigilant in order to understand the divine will.
This part, Emmanuel, he has several messages that he brings to us certain comfort, but in the end, he says, "But we must do our part," like Jesus said several times. And when I believe when Stephen says that we have to remain in Jesus, what for us in the Spiritist movement is Jesus. Forget about the historical figure, forget about the man that was crucified, but let's remind his ideas. As Kardec says in the Gospel according to Spiritism and in the Spirit's book, what matters is the moral aspect of Jesus' teachings. And what is this? What are his main elements? Love, to have strength to keep going. So we want to keep going, but we have to do our part. So Jesus saying to us, "Come on, keep going. You have energy, have faith for it, but we must do our part." So Jesus asks us, life asks us, but at the same time, life asks us to do at least a little bit. Not Life is not asking us, "Give me back what I'm giving you." No, life is saying to us, "Give me just a little bit." Because God doesn't say to us, "Okay, I gave you life, you are living whatever this situation now, so I want everything back." No, God says to you, "I gave 1 million, but please give me at least two or one." But God's not asking for him. He's asking, at least using Spiritism and the gospel of Jesus, is asking us to give to the other. That's what Emmanuel says, I think, in one part of the text also, that we have to do for the others. So let's not forget, I don't want to be talking here a lot, that in order for us to keep following the ideas, the moral things of Jesus, we have to give, not only want to receive. And in this time of pandemic, as Stephen was saying, we are just asking, but are we giving? Because there are people who are in much worse situation than us. Are we paying attention to those people? Are we giving maybe something material, or at least a smile or a comfort word to that people who are in much tougher situation than us? What do you guys think? That's a question for the public, for everyone who is watching, and for you guys.
Yeah, please write down here, guys. Help us here. Put your questions, put your comments here. We would like to hear from you. Got to know. We would like to have more from you. We love when we have this kind of interaction. As the beginning, I said it's good to see you. I don't see you, but I can see your comments.
Yeah, I think, guys, I was just thinking here when you guys are talking. And yeah, I think that's important to remind ourselves every day that to be with Jesus, that He can be with us, to do our part, to drive. But the main point that I was thinking while you were talking, I was thinking about how you keep this, how we keep this connection with Jesus, with our faith, how we can give it to the others if sometimes we don't have for ourselves. I think is the main point, because get the point, especially now like we are talking before about we are having this second wave in Dublin. We see many countries that are suffer with this pandemic thing much worse than we are here. But even here, we can see the people, they are kind of angry because we back to this stage. You know that they have to hold a little bit more. Everything was open have to close again. Few shops, and the people have to back to work at home again. They were already going to the offices, and we see the people that they get a little bit. I can say a little bit depressed, and they start to lose this connection. They start to be in a different mood, and exactly like, and this get the stage that we are not able to give nothing because we don't have even for us, and how to keep this connection with God, with Jesus, with the high spirits, with ourselves, even to not get depressive, to not get in a stage, that we get angry and we give up, for we give up of fight against, not just with this pandemic, but against many things that we are struggling with in this time. I think it's quite hard, and exactly that we need to back to the gospel, to back to try connect to Jesus, and to find something to move us further instead of just give up. Because, like you said, you mentioned about suicide in the beginning, Stephen, and this is a really worry situation right now, because if you see the research that they are doing, unfortunately, the number of suicide have been raised a lot since the pandemic start, since the lockdown start, because the people, they start to give up to fight. They start to give up of their own life, because of the situation that we are now. And this is really, really worry points, for the world. And I think we have to think about how to keep us going with our health, mental health, and mental situation, with spiritual situation, to not get to the point to say that I give up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, hi, Don. You are never late, my friend. You are never late. I hope you and Chicago are doing good. Yeah, and Alice, you just wrote it here. Pray and watch. Yes, Alice, it's pray and watch. I fully agree with Nady. Perhaps you are questioning. We can see a lot of movements. Don't use mask. Don't do this. We are not here to judge, and we will not judge. Uh, the option I choose personally is I don't want to get sick, and I want to be there to see if this is real or not. It's up to you what you want to do with you. If I want to get sick, I want to get sick when they have a remedy for that. That's the point. But everyone have their free will. They can do everything they want to. And this is more or less with life. You are open to do whatever you want. You want to do whatever you can with your resources. As we explained many times here, we are evolving different levels. We are not at the same level, otherwise going to be kind of boring. Can you imagine everybody likes blue? Or everybody likes gray? So we need this kind of balance us, because when we have someone who doesn't agree with us, it led us to think. It lets us to say, okay, am I correct? What is my missing point? And most of the times we listen other people. Like, for example, good example. Let's say you are building a vaccine for coronavirus. You are a great scientist, you're doing this vaccine. How many people do you need to support you, to encourage you, to keep going in your study, to give you incentives to do this? But just one people who says to you, you won't get it, is enough to break down perhaps years of work. And the question is why the negative impact on us more than positive? I think that's the right question. Do you think, guys?
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think I see like we can say that many people are having a lot of struggles now with the situation, and they are lose the faith to continue because we are living this situation right like now because we are passing to this trial, let's say, that we are living, right? This pandemic is showing to us a lot of things, and people are discovering a lot about themselves and about other things. And unfortunately, many people have been prejudiced as well, like financial or even like you mentioned, a divorce as well. Many people are struggling with personal issues at home.
Mhm.
But this bring another side because if this pandemic doesn't happen, many things not come up. It's like the dark, the light on the dark. Things that you are hiding, that now you can't not hide anymore. You know, situations that you have postponed, and now the situation bring you to a solution. Like the times now we have to solve this because no more wait. So it's always like there is a bright side, let's say, for everything. And I believe this situation is like that. But unfortunately, sometimes when we are on this negativity, let's say, that we put us in the negativity thoughts and just think about the bad side. I think this make us to bring us to let us down and say no, I'm failed because when I was trying to do something, now because of this pandemic, everything is gone, and I have I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to try anymore. I think this is quite dangerous, and we have to think about like, okay, the thing is not working out now because of that situation, but what can I do to when this pass I'm going to try and I'm get better. It's like, what can I do now to make myself stronger for the time when the good times come.
Mhm.
you know for example, the people who lost their jobs unfortunately, or they have the shoppings closed because of the pandemic. Many people are broken. It's like, what to do to not give up, to get myself ready to try again, to make the things work when this gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I like that. Yeah.
like these things happen. Is we will fail anytime if we try. Look, say that.
Yeah. My secretary arrived.
But the most important, I think, this see that we cannot lose our hope. We cannot lose. Sorry, I think I miss you guys for a little. And the most important is like, instead of sit and complain about the thing that I missed and that I lost, and give up completely of everything, I have to build something to make myself strong, to keep going, and take it like as a trial that we have to go through, to analyze many times a few things in our life. For example, if your relationship is get to the end because of this situation, you can just blame the pandemic, and say that my relationship just have an end, and I didn't work out because of the situation, because of this, because of that. Instead of do this, like try to analyze the points and see what we can do to get a better relationship in the future.
In
Yeah.
other words, Ned, you were saying at the end of this pandemic period, we will have like perhaps three kind of people. One is saying because of the blaming the pandemic, okay?
Mm.
The other one is because of the pandemic, I could give a good jump in my life. I changed this and I over the moon. I'm very happy. Another is I did nothing. I don't care. It's kind of that parable from the son. Whether you know that who returns home,
The prodigal son.
the prodigal son. Yes, it's up to you guys. Which one you want to be? Let's see here. We have a nice comment here. Alice, I choose to be engaged with my intimate reform. Yes, let's say moral reform. Since I open my eyes every day connected with the correct moral of be good person. We are not here to play, but to learn and to act. Once we have the education to understand our purpose, we will not give up. That's it, Alice. Very much. Thank you very much. Well said.
Yeah.
That's the point. We need to learn ourselves. Like, how many people? Well, let's see the history. Second World War, terrible. It's many years of suffering. All the miseries done with a lot of people, especially the Jew. But can you imagine it? The science evolved a lot during this time. So people started to think about each other. So when you face a problem in your work, I don't know, a project someone give to you and you have a clue how to do it. What do? You go through social media, you find someone, you read the books, you do your research, but you get the job done. This is life. When you face a problem, how you want to deal with that in your personal life? Because professionally, I know a lot of people professionally they are a master, but the person is a disaster. They cannot have a relationship. If they have a relationship, it's beyond being normal or is a nightmare. And why someone is a master at work and a disaster at home? Why we cannot balance that? Why we cannot find a common point and treat everyone right? Like Alice said here, she looked to inside of herself. This is not selfness, selfness. This is not that. We're not talking about this. When you look to you first, you are taking care of the others. No, so we need to be strong. We need to learn. And we are humans. We have these in our veins, in our spirit. Because when we are failing, we are giving up, something happen out of the blue and change everything. I can give you a good example. I'm about 11 years here in Ireland, and I have seen a lot of people coming to me and say, "Hey, Stefan, I just have €10 in my bank account. I can buy my dinner tonight. If I don't find a job, tomorrow I will call and book my returning flight back home. And in the morning, this person receives a call. They're gonna work. He's gonna work or she gonna work. I've seen this many. It's not once or twice. Many times. Many times. I need to move, but if I don't move, I will go back home. When suddenly, Bonelli knows that. Suddenly, a home appears. If you want to call this faith, you can. Recognize your limits. It's a good point, yes, but you need to know your limits. And when you reach what you think is your limit, you can go beyond, and you discover that that point wasn't your limit.
That's true.
Let's see what Leandro says here. We need always to see the bright side of anything. In all moments of our lives, we have good and bad times. But we need to try to always learn from every single moment that we have, as we are here for that, to learn with our mistakes and grow. Perfect.
It's true.
Yeah. Make this along with the comments from Alice here. Is that perfect? We have to learn. We need to learn. We need to face our problems. We need to have courage to fight. And again, if you don't have this courage to fight, don't be afraid to talk to someone. Don't be afraid to ask for help, to raise up your hands and say, hey guys, I need help. We need that. We don't win all the times. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Okay, I said too much, guys.
That's true. And I think to be a good winner, you have to know and to learn how to lose.
Yeah, perfect. Well said. Yeah.
Yeah, because like see, the good things that happen to us and the good achievement that we have in life, we achieve that because we try, we commit mistakes, and we fail, during the journey. So I think I never saw someone that is very successful that get good achievement in life, or we in history, the good achievement that we have in histories without fail. So this is the way you won't know the right if you not fail. Right? So yes, we're gonna fail many times, we're gonna commit a lot of mistakes in life, like Leandro said here. We are here to learn and to grow. And we just learn and we just grow when we commit these mistakes. Right? When we fail. Doesn't matter if it's in your social life and in your personal life and your business life and in your whatever you want to achieve in life. I think it's important to deal with the fail to achieve what you want, to have a good achievement.
Yeah, like Leandro says here, if they were to give you lemon, add some sugar and make a great lemonade. That's it. At least we're gonna leave this world specialized in doing lemonades. So I want to be I think the Spirit World that should have a kind of a championship for who's the best lemonade maker. I want to be in this competition, and I hope you want to be in this competition as well.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
But guys, let's just think about one thing. We are all saying that we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to have this, we have to have that. But in order for us to progress, first we need a direction. Because if you don't have a direction, any way is a good way or could be a bad way. If you don't know what you are doing, you know, you're not gonna do anything good. So, as Ali said, we have to go and look inside ourselves. But there are times that we're not gonna find our the word just missed now. O sentido da vida, forgot. Just
The means
disappeared.
of life.
Our meaning of life, our purpose in life, and we ask ourselves, what's the purpose of my life? And you feel lost. But let's not forget that everything will pass. That days that you are in trouble, or that days that you are in doubt, that days will pass. The days of joy and happiness, it will pass also, because life is not only happiness. Chico Xavier used to say that even if everything will pass, we must do, we must keep doing our part in order to get good things. What I'm trying to say here is trying to put focus on something, and how you know you are putting focus on something good or not. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, probably that's good, and as long as you have passion for it. So put your energy in something that you enjoy. Don't allow life to be passing, and maybe you're gonna be 40 or 45 and you think my life is miserable. But life is not a part of amusement, so it's not only fun. We're gonna have difficult times, but we have to love what we do. you know let's try to find what we love doing. Then
Hmm.
life is gonna be much much easier. And let's not forget, everything will pass. Even
Mm-hmm.
the moments that you have like a 100,000 likes, or the day that you don't have any like, that
Mm-hmm.
will pass. Everything will
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's true,
Yeah.
Vandelay. I like when you say that about the means of life, because it's exactly what's happening right now. So there is so many people asking exactly this question:
they do, yeah.
what's the meaning of my life now? Because the thing that I thought that I want, that I can do it, is not. Everything is look like that is upside down, and I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know even who I am anymore. What I'm doing in this world. I came here for just to suffer. To struggle, and all these questions is come to the mind, and you are thinking and rethinking this. And this is very important that you said that, and exactly what you said. Instead of looking for the meaning of your life in things, sometimes material things, sometimes because you think that your meaning of life is to be rich, you have like a mansion and a big car in your door
That will
or
pass
something.
also. All the riches will pass. We have to go for
Exactly.
something solid.
Yeah, sometimes what make you happy is something so simple. Sometimes it's just like you make gardens, take care of plants, or doing something simple, or things that you enjoy, that will make you happy, you bring you wealth enough to your life. It's not the financial and the be the richest man in the world, but the most important, be the happiest 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 person for yourself. Like, look at myself at the mirror and say, I'm happy with my life. Of course, it's not everything is flowers, like you said. There is a lot of challenge on the way. There is a lot trials that we have to go through, but it's part of our journeys,
Yeah, our personal growth.
evolution.
Yeah, our evolution. Yeah.
Yes, it's part of our evolution. It's the most important is instead of try to avoid the suffer, the avoid to fail, to avoid to be hurt. It's most important how I deal with all these things, because it will come to you, you want or not. You know,
Mhm.
this will happen to you. Doesn't matter, because if you are here, believe me, this is gonna happen soon or late.
Yeah.
So we have to learn how to deal with that, how to deal with these struggles in our life. You know, to get on the other side, to get on the end of our life, look back and say, yeah, maybe I failed many times, but at least I tried. I tried my best to be better. I tried my best to do better, you know, and don't want to be perfect, because none of us will be perfect. You know, Earth is not a perfect place, and is yeah, we are not perfect beings here in Earth, but at least do our best to not on the end of our life, when we do the passage, let's say, and we get to the other side and look back and said, I could do so much and I didn't, because I was afraid to fail. I was afraid to get no. I was afraid to try. So I just stay
Yeah, but
there and
fear
wait.
is the worst thing we could have.
Yeah.
And another question everyone who may ask here, and I want to read for you guys. It is question 132 of the Spirit's book. What is the purpose of the incarnation of spirits? Okay, leave that question up in the air and see, because Leandro is making good friends here. Like Danny, I strongly agree with Leandro. We need to learn. We need to fight. However, it's that okay if we can't do today. We can try tomorrow. We can try again. The main point, in my opinion, is getting try every single day. Keep the thought. I'm going to try for today. I have seen years ago a movie about a Catholic saint, Felipe Neri, and he was priest, and he always used to say, try just for today. I think it's so great it in somehow meet the Jesus words, don't worry about tomorrow. Yeah, Danny, let's wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm here again. You know? And Casa says, life is hard for everybody. Focus in the good thing is a good idea to get your peace. Yeah, Cassia. So, going back to our answer, what is the purpose of reincarnation? Because many of you are saying, okay, Jesus just make us incarnate just to having fun. What's the purpose? What I'm doing here? Okay, this type of questions you may have asked to yourself right now. And the Spirit is saying here, God imposes incarnation for the purpose of leading spirits to perfection. For some, it is an expiation, for others, a mission. However, in order to reach this perfection, they must undergo all the vicissitudes of corporeal existence. Therein lies their expiation. Incarnation has a further objective, which is to place spirits in situations where they can do their share in the work of creation. On each world, they clothe themselves with an instrument that is harmony with the essential matter of that word, so that may use that instrument to carry out the orders of God. In this way, they contribute of the general work and progress at the same time. The action of corporeal beings is necessary for the evolution of the universe. But out of divine wisdom, God has willed that in this same action they might have a means of progressing and drawing near to God. Thus, through an admirable law of divine providence, everything is connected, and everything's nature is in solidarity. What I'm saying here is um, we need to fight with the weapons we have. This is this is the message here. We need to evolve. We need to reach perfection. And we are suffering the actions of our this existence. Like people say, oh, I want to born in, I don't know, let's say Jupiter. You're gonna face problems there as well. It's not a problem-free incarnation. Why? Because here we practice what we learn. Incarnated and facing the problems, we evolve more and quickest than not being incarnated. And Danny is complimenting here and saying, trying to learn how to be a little bit better than before. Yes, and Danny, I think we don't have that obligation to do something better. We need to do something better than we did a day before. Like, for example, if you did something wrong yesterday, fix today. If you did something good today, yeah, like yesterday, keep doing the same thing. So we need to do like St. Augustine, which is think about your actions every single day, every single moment. Thank Madeleine for the question 132 here. Yeah. So, what more?
I think the question of that you read now and the point is get back to the message that you read on the beginning. For me,
Okay.
that we have we are here to learn, to evolve, to get better through the incarnations, and then sometimes when you think that everything is going wrong, we have to submit ourselves to the God will, trusting God, because sometimes the things is beyond our knowledge, sometimes the things is beyond our afford to fix it, and I think it's this time that we say, okay, I trust in God to help me with this, to solve this, because we know that's not sometimes it's not everything that we can fix it by ourselves, and we have to be patient, wait the right time, the right moment sometimes, and we really trust in the God's will to make us, to keep going.
Go ahead.
Guys, but we have to understand one thing here. When we say that we have to be better than yesterday, we have to improve ourselves, let's not forget the main idea. When I mean the main, I'm sorry, that's the main. Because here we are to improve ourselves. But as Jesus said, and all the evolved spirits said, and the Spirit's book says, Gospel according to Spiritism says, the best way to do this is doing something for someone else. Because in this world that we are living now, we talk about too much about ourselves, how to improve myself, how to become better. And sometimes we are not seeing, I'm not saying that we are praising this or that everyone is doing this, but some people, they lose their way. They start to become selfish. So everything's for them. So let's not forget what Jesus said many, many times. The best way to fix something on us is to making someone else's days better. If you do this, you are in the correct way. Don't forget this, guys, because if you forget this message behind, we're gonna be missing the main points which is brought to us, which is forgive, to be charitable to one another, to have empathy to each other, or to love one another, which is the hardest one, which you're not going to be seeing that for any time soon.
Yep,
So
but
forgive.
sorry.
Go ahead, Nate.
No, no, just at one point that you bring that for me is important. I understand what the point that you want, that you say, but we have to be careful with it as well because the things this the same message we can use to because I see this happen many times. That's why I always focus like it's not a selfish way, like Stephen said, but if you're not good sometimes, if you're not read, you're not able to help anyone. First point.
Yeah.
And the second point that I see a lot in life, I see many people doing that, is to try to help the other to forget about their own self, their own problem. Then you are not, of course, it's not, I don't take the merit that you help someone, of course, it doesn't matter how you help, is always good, and always there is a benefit behind that, a good thing behind that. But we cannot hide ourselves behind this, because I
Yeah,
see
good
many
point.
people that do a lot for the others and they forgot to do for themselves. My life is pretty messy, and instead of fix what I have to fix in myself or I have to fix in my life, I spend my time help the others that I don't have to think about myself.
No, but I didn't say that, guys, in any moment. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I know.
Yeah,
I just want to bring this up because I
No,
just
yeah.
remember that, and I think this is important to point as well, because what you are saying is not that. That's what I want to say. When you say that you have to help each other, you have to, that to make us better, to make ourselves better, to help the others. Sometimes, because I see that, I'm saying that because I see this a lot in life, is people to doing that, but sometimes what they need to do is not just to do this for the other, like give up of their life to help the others, you know, because sometimes we have to see ourselves as well, not in a, like I said, no in a selfish way, not in a mean way, but in a good way, you know.
Yeah.
I want to help my neighbor, I want to help my brothers and sisters, but I have to help myself as well. I have to be good for that. I have to be in a good way as well, in a good, let's say, my life. If
I
my
need to
life is
balance
good,
myself.
I can make the other's life good. Because sometimes I don't know how to help the others. I just try to hide myself. That's is a balance. Let's
Yeah,
say.
and perhaps some of you guys are asking yourselves question 258 of the Spirit's book. Then it's not God who imposed the tribulations of life on it as a chastis, chastisement. So why God put me these problems? Why God do this to me? And the Spirit is saying here, nothing happens without God's permission. Because if God thought it was the universe, you may as well ask why God made such a law instead of some other one. In giving a spirit freedom of choice, God leaves to it the entire responsibility for its acts and their consequences. Nothing stands in the ways of its future. The path of the good or the path of evil is an open choice. If the spirit succumbs to its trials, there is still the consolation that not everything is lost, because God, out of divine goodness, allows it to start over where it failed. it is necessary to distinguish between what is the work of God's will and what is the work of human will. If a danger threatens you, it is not you who have created, but God. However, you have willingly exposed yourself to it because you saw it as a way to advance, and God has allowed it to happen. See? It's our choice. It's us. Every time when we go against with the natural law, we suffer. We have the consequences. And we blame other people for our happiness. And we blame other people for our unhappiness. And we put our happiness in someone's hands. So we need to be in control of our own actions. We need to be responsible for our own actions. If I'm happy, it's because I'm working it. If I'm suffering, it's because I did something and I need to work on it to be happy. So at the end is you, not God, not your neighbor, not your husband, not your wife, not your fiancé, girlfriend, partner. No, it's you. You are in control of this bus. And I don't know, those who commit the outrageous episode of suicide, unfortunately, they don't stop this suffering. And this is not going to happen, unfortunately. So, we have 2 minutes, guys. Say now or say next live.
No, just reminder, tomorrow we have our studies groups. It's not open, it's on the Zoom. So everyone is welcome. It's everything in English. And we study the Spirits book. So if you have interest in participate, just send an email for us and I will send you the link for the Zoom room. And tomorrow, every Wednesday, 8 o'clock for 1 hour. Irish time.
Yeah. Just a point here. Robert is saying here. Good point, Steven. It's our responsibility to be happy, and we have a tendency to transfer to someone else that responsibility. Always. Always we do it. It's us, like it's not me, it's them, it's us. Okay. Okie dokie. Job done.
Job done.
Yes, and I think it's the most important. I think something bother you, you don't know how to get the answer, if you struggle with to discover your mini life or what to make you happy or whatever is it. Today we have a lot of ways to ask help. I think it's important to find a help that you need. Wanderlei already put a lot of links, all the links that we have for fraternal gathering to therapies and so there is a way you don't have to struggle alone. Ask for help, and then this you help to yourself to find your way. I think it's important. Today you have tools. Thanks God, today we have tools to that. We have people, professional help for that. We don't have to do everything alone.
And also, guys, I'm gonna leave here in the link in our messages 3 videos. I'm gonna say I'm terrible sorry for our Irish and American friends, but these messages they're in Portuguese. I wish I could have them in English, but once I can find them in English, I'm gonna post them here also. But for someone who wants to listen to these messages, I really believe that these three videos, they have a beautiful messages for difficult days or times that you want to think. There are messages from Chico Xavier, which, at least for me, they when times are difficult, they help me quite a lot. As I said, I'm terrible sorry I don't have that in English from Chico Xavier. But once I find out, I'm gonna post for sure in English also. I'm gonna leave that in the comments on our Facebook page.
Yeah. And just remind you, next Thursday, we will have a special guest, Umberto Verdini. And stay tuned. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. And Wanderlei, okay, you don't need to ask again. I allow you to do the final prayer. No worries. Okay. You don't need to do. I'm learning, lady. I'm learning. Huh?
See? You
Huh?
learned very fast.
Very
Congratulations.
fast. Okay, guys. So for those who feel comfortable, I would like to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. We'd like to thank for everything that we have in these difficult moments. We'd like to thank the spirits who have been supporting the Spirit Society of Ireland for almost 12 years in Ireland. Let's be thankful for everything that we have, even the difficulties, even the sore. Let's not forget that each day the sun will rise to bring to us internal renewals, new ideas, new faith to help us to keep our journey. But also, let's remember we must do our side and help the others as much as we can. That's the teachings of our Master Jesus and Spiritism, to love one another. Thank God, and so be it.
Amen.
Good.
So thank you guys. Thank America for listening us. Today we had a great audience on Kardec Radio. Thank you very much. I'm so glad. Don, keep good in Chicago. Thank our friends here from Spiritual Society of Ireland. Today we have one of our best audiences ever. So thank you very much. I'm so glad to have this. Okay? Thank you. I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nate. Thank you,
Bye.
Wanderlei.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
Bye.
very much.